out of jail. And if Youngboy didn't have as much fans as he did, Youngboy would be Dababy. Remember, let me say that to y'all now. If Youngboy didn't have the most fans out of everybody in the game, Youngboy has more fans than Lil Baby. I'm telling you that. Raw fans, organic fans, he has more fans. If he didn't have that, he'll be the Baby. Okay, that happens. They ain't really trying to give him the love, but they don't want a bunch of Youngboy fans saying, "Yo, what's going on?" Also, Youngboy, what is he saying on I Hate Youngboy? Who's he calling out? Apple Music. Okay. Got you. Now, I know, and I see people gaslight now. And this is why I'm backing up from the Baby. Because you're not going to try to link my whole point to the Baby, just like y'all try to link it to 6ix9ine. I don't care about one particular artist. I care about the act. Because I know what y'all doing. Yes, the Baby isn't as popular as he used to be. Naturally. But it doesn't mean two things aren't true. He could be getting blackballed and also not be as popular. Trust me. And this is why these tweets are important. Now, because when I said this, everyone was like, yo, you getting paid from these guys. Never met the Baby. We talk one time on Instagram Live. We don't DM or nothing. Go look at the Shade Room. Remember when I said it? Act this, act that. Look who's now speaking up. Meek Mill. They blatantly blackballing the Baby. Not my business, but I'm an observer. Boosie. Ain't no way my nigga Dababy supposed to sell 16K after almost selling 150K his last first week. He one of the biggest in this shit. I don't know what's going on, but something definitely going on. I want y'all to read the comments of both of these posts. Boosie saying it, Meek Mill saying it. Granted, I've been going on about this for 4 days. And read the comments. There's a post where I'm going back and forth with Ebro, who, if you don't know, and Ebro, stop acting like nobody cares about your opinion. We've never seen a radio show. You keep tweeting at me like a lame every time I go viral. So that's the only reason why you're like a groupie. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how the tables have turned, nigga. I remember when I was trying to get an interview with you. Now you're like my biggest groupie. Any fucking time I go viral, you have mad comments about me. So rather than talk about those things, you know what I did? I flipped the convo on his head to have the better conversation. Remember I told you that most of these niggas don't want to have the conversation that we should really have? Ebro, I think you try to message me about some. No, I think you try to when you did tweet at me, I think you were trying to say some bullshit about DJing. Bro, that's not a topic. Let's talk about the real topic. You know what the real topic is? Everybody says you're one of the worst program directors to ever come to New York. You ran Hot 97 for a while. People say you ran New York sound out the building. Somehow, and by the way, I always told y'all, when I went to, like, back then in 2018, when I got invited to the Illuminati party, ironically, who was there rubbing shoulders with all the executives, all the fucking bigwigs out of LA, because somebody said, yo, you know that's Ebro in the corner? I'm like, what the fuck? So we know how you got your job at Apple Music, my nigga. Like, it's no surprise. But here's the thing. The reason why I have to put the spotlight on you is because niggas like you will lie to the world to say that Akademiks blog controls the music business. Fuck no. That's not true. The music industry is not controlled by blogs. It's controlled by the motherfuckers who control the streams. Controlled by the record labels who have deals with the motherfuckers who control the streams. So that's why I pointed it back at you. Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to address the fact, and this is why I said, he was like, oh, I'm confused. I'm old and irrelevant. No one listens to my shows, but why am I being brought up by people who are more powerful? Whoa. Ebro, you're the most powerful person of anybody. Well, I think Carl Cherry is more powerful than you. Nigga, I could tell you the most powerful niggas in the industry. It's just, I'm not even close to being on that list. The motherfuckers who are most powerful, they usually shut the fuck up, though. Have you heard Carl Cherry tweet nothing? Nope. No. Get out of Dodge. You're working a corporate job, my nigga. Like, you're doing great things, and hopefully you're giving everybody a fair chance. Ebro running his mouth all day. We're not caring about your commentary or your radio show, but we got to talk about this job that you have. You're the global head of hip-hop and R&B. You're the global head of hip-hop and R&B. I always got to keep pull up, like, global head of hip-hop, Ebro. Just got to read it. Just got to read it. He effectively, like, see, if y'all do a little bit of reading, y'all wouldn't say Ak is crazy. For the past 4 years since the platform's launch, New York-based DJ or New York-based Darden has been standout DJ on the Beats One live stream service. He effectively succeeds Carl Cherry at Apple Music. Let me give you the game, people. When y'all talking about power, stop thinking it's the people with a loud mouth like me. Let me tell you how the musical chairs worked. If y'all care about streams and all that type of shit, we had Tunji, who was at Spotify first. He's the one who came up with a situation, like some really serious situation where people came in and did some shit at their office, their global office, and people are concerned. You know what I mean? Like, again, a lot of y'all young boy fans be trolling and saying a lot of shit. You're tweeting at Google, my nigga. Like, they're not about to, like, just be like, they don't even know what a young boy fan is. You know what I mean? So, I talked to them for a bit, but this is how the musical chairs works, right? So he leaves Spotify. He goes to YouTube. Okay. Then Carl Cherry, who started at Apple Music, well, not started, but like he was at Apple Music. He left Apple. He goes to Spotify. Apple Music now has a vacancy. Who goes to Apple Music? Ebro. Ebro was already doing a show there, but they gave him the algorithm controlling job. So now, niggas, y'all know everybody who you need to get mad at. So anyway, that's what's really happening. In his new role, Ebro will manage a team of hip-hop and R&B editors. Remember, you said, oh, my team does that. I don't make no playlist. That's like the manager of McDonald's saying they can't control if your fries has salt on them or if your burger gets made with cheese, because, no, that's a different team that makes... Nigga, you're the manager, nigga. You the manager of all these niggas. You should be able to make sure what the fuck goes on in here. He's managing a team of editors as they built out editorial plans for artists, albums, and song release. Apple Music is the biggest streaming platform nationally in the U.S. Spotify's bigger in the world. But in the U.S., Apple Music matters. Okay? Now, I'm the only one that's going to call him out. By the way, let me go back to this thing. I think it's interesting timing that Meek Mill tweets this out. Meek Mill is going to be in the same position soon. Meek Mill has realized remember when Meek was like, he ain't know this many people was betting against him? Meek didn't realize some of the relationships that maybe he didn't care about when he was one of the hottest artists in the game. They have came back. You know the talk is over Atlantic? They say, they did that nigga Meek dirty. They did that's the talk. They said they did that nigga Meek dirty. I said, what you mean they did that nigga Meek dirty? It was just like, yo, they just gave up on him. They didn't give a fuck. Yeah, they spending some budget trying to make it look like, yo, yeah, album, whatever, but they were done with him. I said, oh. No, I think Meek is agreeing with this because Meek is realizing this industry, it's not all about whether it's hot or not. I've seen everybody keep arguing like these little straw man points. No, it's the baby not making good music. Nah, his shit sucks. We tired of the same song. You know how many artists make the same song over and over? Here's the thing. You don't go from nearly 150 to 16. Dababy's getting outsold by a nigga named Lucky. Come on, bro. The industry and the real niggas who run the industry, you usually don't name the. And by the way, even when I name Ebro ain't the head of the snake. Ebro ain't the head of the snake. Don't get it wrong. Not because I mentioned Ebro's name. He's not the head of the snake. I'm just trying to show you what this industry is. Dababy has crossed the line. And unless he gets some serious repenting in, it's going to be a long road back. The way how they talk about Meek, it's like Meek has burned a lot of bridges or I don't know if it's disrespected or whatever. Like, there isn't much soft hearts or sympathy for Meek. Hence, we're going to see how it plays out with him. That's why I'm telling you, that's the reason why he's acknowledging this. Now, Boosie just independent. So Boosie always supported Dababy. So he's like, this does look crazy. Look, see, people say the dumbest shit. Oh, people ain't buying album, we just streaming. Even when he sold 150, nobody really bought it. They just streamed it. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. And the reason why I keep saying that I don't want to be tied to Dababy. Pause. But I mean, I don't want to be tied to him. Don't make this, Ak is only talking about Dababy thing. You know why? Because when Meek Mill drops, it's going to be a hell of a story too. Meek Mill without Atlantic, the way how I hear some of these people are talking about him, don't look like they're about to give him no type of favors. Now, you as a fan might think, they're going to give Meek the same type of respect and placements or whatever like they always got. We'll watch and see. Okay. Meek, I thought I was honorable of you speaking up, but I think you also see what's to come. The industry is the industry, brother. All right. What are we talking about, people?